Welcome to the IELTS speaking test. We're going to start with the section 1. I will be asking you a couple of questions, and then we will move on to task 2, and finally I will ask you some questions regarding task 3. So let's get started. Asal, can you tell me, what do you do? Do you work or are you a student?
Well, actually, I just graduated from school last year, and I'm currently working. If I want to be honest, I loved my school, but unfortunately, that phase of my life is past, and right now I'm engaged with my work. I'm working as an apprentice in a marketing company.
Very good. What do you like about your job?
For first and most, its flexibility is really important for me because I'm working 3 days a week, and which means that I have time for doing other things. And actually, the other thing that I like about my job is that working as an apprentice just teaches you so many things. And as a kind of person who loves learning new things, this is really a good opportunity for me, and it's really fulfilling and rewarding.
Very good. Is there anything you hate about your job?
Yes, actually there are plenty. For instance, when some people just don't have that much respect for my job because I'm working as an apprentice and I just started my career recently, so they just don't have that much respect for people who started their life, and this is sometimes annoying for me.
Very good, very good. Asal, we're going to talk a little bit about transportation now. What's the most popular means of transportation in your hometown?
Because I'm not living in that much big city, we don't have metros and subways in my city. But the most common type of transportation in my country is bus and taxi. Bus is a most popular kind of transportation among all people because, it's fairly cheap. But actually, they're not that much on time, and this lack of punctuality is a bit problem. About taxis, you won't get in trouble about finding them because whenever you go to street, you can find them.
Very good. And how long does it take you to travel to school or work?
My workplace is in the city center and my house is in the north of city. So as you can guess, it's quite far. If the traffic is good, it just takes me approximately 30 minutes to get to my destination. But if the streets are congested, it may take longer, and sometimes it may take 1 hour, which is terrible for me.
Very good, thank you. What means of transport do you use when you are going for a trip from your workplace?
It's mainly about my destination. For instance, when I'm going on a picnic out of city, as there isn't any bus for out of city, I just have to use my own car. But if I want to just commute between other city, if I want to travel to another city, I would just prefer train for traveling.
And do you think you will use more public transport in the future?
Yes, definitely. As I'm thinking about moving to a bigger city, I think I would just use subways, metros, taxis more than today because, I would like to avoid getting stuck in traffic jams, and I would like to help to prevent air pollution. So I can say that definitely I will use public transportation more in the future.
Thank you very much, Hassan. We're going to move to part 2 in this section. I'm going to give you a topic. You have 1 minute to take notes and think about the topic, and then 1 to 2 minutes to talk about it. I want you to describe a country that you would like to visit to in the future that you haven't been to yet. Here's your pen and paper.
Thank
you. You can take your notes. Okay, so your 60 seconds is up. You can start talking now.
Well, among all fascinating places and cities that I would like to visit in future, actually Paris and France have always been at the top of my travel list. I truly dreamed about visiting this wonderful city for many years. As you know, it is one of the most important cities in Europe where love, art, culture, and history are intertwined. I suppose that there are several reasons for visiting Paris and many things to do there. First of all, I would like to visit Paris in the spring because I think at the time the weather is neither too hot nor too cold, and it is really pleasant to explore the charming streets and experience Paris's nightlife. Actually, I suppose that it is an ideal time to visit the city's landmarks, such as the marvelous scenery of Eiffel Tower at night. Furthermore, you have the opportunity to visit masterpieces of some most famous artists in Louvre Museum, such as Mona Lisa or the Victory of Samothrace sculpture. Actually, as an admirer of art and history, I suppose that witnessing such masterful pieces would be an enriching experience for me. Over and above, I think sitting in a cafe, ordering coffee and croissant, and just enjoying being at the moment in Paris is absolutely mind-blowing for me. I actually aspire to visit this extraordinary city in the near future so that I can immerse myself in its boundless beauty.
Thank you very much. Can I have those back, please? Okay, we're going to continue our discussion about traveling. How easy is it to travel around your country?
Well, I think it's quite easy because nowadays people have access to different means of transportation, and due to the well-developed transportation infrastructure in our country, including highways, flights, trains and buses for commuting between two cities, actually I think people can just choose the best kind of transport which suits their time, budget and other criteria. So I think nowadays people can just travel easily and smoothly around the country.
Very good. Which method of transport do you consider safer?
Well, to my mind, actually, trains I think are safer, and you know, they're really reliable and sturdy, and they're convenient to use. Besides all of these, actually the risk of having accidents compared to roads is really low in traveling with trains. So yes, of course, each kind of means of transport has its own pros and cons. But personally, I would prefer to just travel by train when I want to go to a new area.
Mm-hmm. And do you think traveling has become safer in recent years?
Yes, definitely. I would say that it's really clear that it became safer in recent years. Actually, due to developments and improvements in technology nowadays, traveling has become safer in recent years. Nowadays, companies and organizations are trying to just produce vehicles which are safer than before, and they just prevent accidents. And also I can say that fine-tuning of safety tests and standards has taken place in recent years. And also you don't have to worry about the accommodation. I mean, nowadays we have access to different kind of accommodations, for instance, hotels, hostels, resorts, campsites, and so many others. So you don't have to worry about the place that you are going and you want to stay. I think due to these reasons, traveling has become safer in recent years.
Very good. And what are the pros and cons of low-cost air travel?
I think first of all, I want to say that actually this kind of travel is really good for students if they don't want to just spend that much money on traveling, but they want to go and visit different cities and countries. And about advantages, I can say that actually first of all, due to low cost of its ticket, you can just save that amount of money and spend it on other things like buying souvenir for yourself or for others or any other purposes. And besides that, you have a wide range of choices for your destination by this kind of travel. And I can say that you have more flexibility in planning travels. So yeah, these are some advantages of this kind of travel. And about disadvantages, I can say that the biggest actually downside of this kind of travel is that you can't bring more than 2 bags with yourself, which is really terrible for people who just can't travel light like me. And yeah, these are some cons of this kind of traveling.
And as your final question, how do you think people will travel in the future?
That's an interesting question. I would say that I think everything is gonna be electronic. People would use eco-friendly vehicles, which make less of carbon footprints in the environment. And as I mentioned before, everything is going to be electronic. Everything is going in that direction. So I think there will be emergence of driverless cars. So people would just, they predicted that people would hire them for each journey and they can travel by that cars. I think Tesla is doing an incredible job about producing these cars. And actually, people can travel with their electronic cars and actually the fastest trains to different destinations. So yeah, I think by the change and improvements in technology, everything, including traveling, would change in the future.
Thank you very much, Hasan.
Thank you.
Yes,